Hi, this is Robert Polenic, the owner of Brutal Iron Gym. In today's video, I wanted to explain a simple but very effective technique that you can use to grow lagging body parts. One of the body parts that I want to try to build size to are my shoulders. I've injured my shoulders when I was in high school in football, had a couple other injuries, broke my collarbone 3 times, have metal plates put in there, so I had a lot of trauma with the shoulders, so I've struggled to get them to grow. What I'm doing is I am adding a lateral raise after every other thing I do in 1 to 2 workouts a week. This technique is called a trailing superset. A superset is typically when you do one exercise immediately into another exercise and then you would take a break. The idea of a trailing superset is I pick one exercise for a lagging body part and I do it after all the other things I do that day, and I'll even add it on other training days. So today isn't my shoulder day, but I did add lateral raises to use that trailing superset technique. This is a way to add volume to my shoulder training, but not take away from my other workouts. So you'll see in the videos today, I started with lateral raises, doing a quick run the rack technique. The idea of it is to start with that weakness, but make it quick, short. Run the rack technique took less than 4 minutes, and then I could get into my actual training, which I wanted for today, which was biceps and triceps. So you want to do something for the lagging body part to start the workout, but have it be short and simple. You can use run the rack, you can use cluster sets, drop sets, rest pause, anything like that. And let's say, for example, your lagging body part is calf raises. You would just do the calf raises, do that special technique. So run the rack, cluster sets, rest pause, something like that. Keep it under 5 minutes for sure. Get a good pump in there. And then what I did was I did my bicep and tricep movements. I warmed them up, found the weight that I wanted to use for my working sets. So I did a working set of the bicep, a working set of the tricep, and then I still did another set of lateral raises. So that's the superset that I'm adding to my biceps and triceps. Then I did a couple working sets of the bicep and tricep for that movement, still added the lateral raises. Then I did a new bicep, a new tricep movement, added the lateral raises. Then a third bicep and a third tricep movement, added the lateral raises. So the idea is I end up doing 9, 10, 11, 12 sets of lateral raises today, even though it wasn't my shoulder day. This can be a little bit challenging in a workout in which I was already pairing 2 body parts, biceps and triceps, but they're not systemically damaging. They don't beat you up as much as, say, squats or deadlifts or bench press. So you can kind of sneak a trailing superset into smaller body parts, even if they're already supersetted. However, let's say I'm doing legs and I'm doing squats. I can still add a trailing superset and do well, because I'm just going to squat, and then typically maybe you take a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minute rest, depending on what style of training you do. But you might take a really long rest where you're kind of just sitting, maybe you're watching videos, checking your technique, but you're not doing much. So with a trailing superset, let's say I want to work on my calves, I would do calf raises at the beginning of the workout. And then when I get into my squat working sets, I'll do a set of squats, and then maybe take a minute or two, do a set of calf raises, a minute or two, go back to my squats. Then a minute or two, calf raises, a minute or two, go back to my squats. So instead of just taking one exercise, you do a working set, have a prolonged rest period with nothing in there, you want to add that trailing superset. I could also do that on chest day. Let's say I'm doing a chest day where I'm doing cable crossovers, then maybe I want to do some dumbbell presses and then some heavy dips. I could easily add calf raises in between those things. That's not going to take away from my chest performance. So that's the idea of a trailing superset, is to add an isolation exercise for a lagging body part in the working sets of some other workout. So that way you can add a ton of volume, but the idea is to keep the exercise you choose short, simple, easy to set up, so that way it doesn't add a lot of time to the other workouts. So for example, in today's workout, every time I did lateral raises, let's say they took 30 seconds to complete, I was only adding 30 seconds per working set to add in the shoulders today. That's not much. If I do that on squat day, if I do that on chest day, again, if it only takes 30 seconds for a working set, you add maybe 6 to 9 working sets in a whole workout. That's really pretty easy. That's only going to be 3 to 4.5 sets a whole workout, but you're going to add in that volume that you really want in order to grow that lagging body part. So that's the idea for a trailing superset. Start the workout with some quick isolative misery, and then superset a working set of an isolation exercise for the lagging body part with everything else you do in that workout for that day. Hopefully that was helpful. I'll make a podcast to give some extra details and share that in the description below. If you have any questions, if you need anything, just add them in the comment section. I appreciate you watching, and I hope this helps.